Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my art channel. I am working on a 16 by 16 inch square canvas. This is a test canvas that I'd painted on before, but I decided that I'm going to use it for further experiments. So I gave it a spray paint of two different colors of teal, one darker, one lighter, kind of give it a little mottled look. And I'm going to do some experimenting on this. So I'm not actually trying to make something beautiful. I'm just trying to see if my ideas work. And if it works, I would like you in the comments of this video to write, "Nate, you're a genius and I can't wait to try it." Okay, so here's my idea. So from my lovely friends at Fluid Art Co., I've ordered a couple of months ago actually, some Tri-Art Crackle Ground, and I've never used this before. I'm really interested to see what it's going to do. And there are lots of ways that you can spread this out. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge. I've seen lots of people online doing that. But there's lots of ways to move paint besides just a brush and a sponge. So I'm going to try some of those ways and see if they actually work. Now this stuff is very, very fluid. So I have a little bowl here and I have some little cups, and I'm going to be doing several different things with it. On this first one, I have two canvases. On this first one, I'm going to pour a little bit of this Crackle Ground into the cup. Did I open this? I did, okay. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of this into the cup, and I'm going to pinch the tip, and then I'm going to pour it. Actually, let's pour it this way so it's easier, better on the camera. I'm gonna pour this in a straight line, or a fairly straight line, as I can get it, all the way across like this. As I understand it, this Crackle Ground, as it dries, the thicker areas will dry with thicker, bigger cracks, and the thinner areas have little fine cracks. So we're gonna play with that idea, and I'm going to do a comb wreck, and I'm going to wreck this line right like that. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay. I have some paper towel here off to the side. I'll clean it off in between every one. Doesn't go as far as I thought. Oh, that went a little further that time. Nice, okay. There's a little more Crackle Ground in that spot. Okay, and then we're gonna go right here. And then I'm gonna use a straw and blow that down. Nice, okay. We won't know if this is gonna work, but I can tell that it's self-leveling a little bit. Okay, that's interesting. So, that's fun. Let's turn this into a little garden. So my idea here is I'm gonna pour a couple of little puddles of it, and then I'm gonna dip my balloon and see if we can get a little flower shape out of it. Or maybe just a crackly little round. Maybe they'll look like balloons. So let's pour, I might as well go right in the center, eh? Let's pour a little puddle right here. Nice. And then we're gonna take our balloon and we're just gonna smash it right down. Okay. Well, that worked. Let's see if I can transfer some of this up here. Oh yeah, and it's thinner. This is thicker, that's thinner. Let's see There might be enough for one more. Let's put it right here. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, I'm gonna get bigger cracks in this one, smaller cracks in this one, and this will be fine little cracks. But it's interesting that it left a pattern, so that'll be fun to see how it dries. Let's clean off our balloon and see what else we've got. Okay, so I have a little bowl sitting here off to the side. I'm gonna put it right here, I think. I'm gonna pour enough into this little bowl just to kind of cover the bottom. I should be able to pour this right back in when I'm done. And I've got a little piece of PVC, it's like a connector joint. So I'm going, but it has a very flat edge. So I'm gonna dip it here and then dip it onto the thing. There we go. Interesting. I got a little bit of splatter. Let's see if we can clean that off. Okay, yep, we can clean it. Let's do a couple more of those. Let's do one right down here. Nice. And a couple more around. Well, this is gonna be cute. I'm not really going for cute, but it's going to be. I just can't help myself. Let's see here. Let's go off the page a little bit right there. Nice. Maybe one off of this side over here. And up here. That's pretty balanced. I think I need one more, like right here. There we go. Okay, there's some splatter around. That's interesting. Let's see. I'm gonna move this off to the side. We're gonna let that dry. It only takes about an hour apparently. So we're gonna move that off to the side and bring over the other one. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna pour this directly from my bowl. Let's pour it right here. Now this one, I'm not sure. I'm gonna use my straw to make a little, I'm gonna blow this out into little petals so it looks like a little flower shape. I'm not sure whether it's gonna be better to blow it all one direction or if I can actually blow it so we're looking straight down into the flower. But let's start with that and see how that goes. Oh, this shows promise. Okay. I need a little more paint on there, or a little more Crackle Ground in here. There we go. See how well we can shape this. Okay, interesting. A little bit of moisture coming out of my straw, so we're just gonna try and suck that up a little bit. The humidity from my breath. Mixed results. That looks roughly like a flower. I wonder if, what do I have? I wonder if I can use a palette knife to create a little stem. Not bad. Okay. Let's see. This doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just see if we can get a better shape there. There we go. I like that better. Now that is quite thin there, so it'll be interesting to see how that dries and crackles. Should we do another? Let's do another one. I don't think I'm done playing. Actually, I have this ruler here. I wonder what would happen if I created like a little frame around it. Let's try it. Pretty flat. Well, let's move it off. Let's move this over. Okay. Let's just pour some of the Crackle Ground right on it. Gotta be fearless, right? When you're experimenting. I'm sure somebody else has tried this kind of thing before, but I haven't seen it. So if you don't try, you don't know, as my friend Fiona likes to say on her channel. So now I'm just gonna spread this out with my palette knife. I don't feel like I'm wasting all of this, but I feel like this Crackle Ground could last forever because there's so much in here and you don't need much to make it an effect. So I don't feel like it's gonna hurt anything to experiment with it. Let's just see what happens. Oh, the Crackle Ground wants to separate a little bit from this plastic. Let's just dip right across here like that. Oh, I really like that. That's pretty. Oh, good idea. I like that one. The way it's skipped here, I love that. A little bit grungy. That's very solid, but yeah, that's okay. They're all different. Okay, let's wipe that off. And clean that off later. Okay, let's try and blow a couple of smaller ones. I've got a little drip right here. Let's just make that a little bigger. Let's do a couple more up here. Again, this isn't about final composition. This is just about trying out my ideas and seeing which ones I can incorporate into other things. There we go. That's good. Let's get the straw back out. Okay, that messed it up a lot. Let's see here, let's get that back out and we'll make some little stems on those. Nice. Stand up for that one. Okay. All right. I think I'm done playing for now. Let's see how these dry. Okay, I may not be a creative genius, but I think I have my moments. I'm gonna start right here where we started with the line that I poured onto the canvas, and then I wrecked it with the comb, and then blew it out with a straw to go in the opposite direction. I think this is amazing. From the opposite orientation, it kind of looks like icicles hanging down. I think that is super cool. I love these little dipped rings. So the dipping definitely works. And I think these little circles are my favorite thing. I'm definitely doing that again. And this is the balloon dip. Look at that pattern. Oh my God. That is so cool. So this is the puddle that I poured and then dipped it with the balloon. And then this is what it looks like on the second dip. Not adding any more crackle paste, just dipping the balloon again. Amazing pattern. It's so cool how there's the bigger section here and then it gets finer as it goes out towards the ends. But also look at how it crackles along the outside edge. That is super pretty. I love that. And then the third dip, just to see how far I could stretch it. The crackles are very fine, but you can still see the pattern that the balloon left. All those little lines coming up, you can still see it. I think that's super cool. And then this is the flower that I blew out from a puddle using my straw. I think it looks even more like a flower now than it did before it crackled. And then I used my palette knife in several places here just to see if that would work, and I think it definitely did. The little tiny dots that I blew out don't look much like flowers, but they still crackled. So that's potential use also. This is the ruler that I dipped, and then I continued dipping as we went around. I love the places where it's skipped. It gives it such an organic feel. Look at that. So beautiful. Little tiny cracks amongst all those little tiny dots. I love it. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is this something you're gonna try? I hope I inspired you to be a little fearless and try something new, try something you've never seen anyone else do. Find your own unique style. That's how that happens. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like and subscribe, maybe even share this video with somebody you think might be interested, and go mix up some paints and be fearless.